find yourself exhausted, not just physically and mentally, but emotionally too, it may help to consider that tiredness isn't simply due to doing too much. More often, it arises when we're living from the mind rather than the soul. So taking care of your spiritual well-being becomes just as important as taking care of your physical and mental well-being. The mind works hard to keep us functioning in the world. It runs on expectations, pressure, behavioural conditioning, and old survival patterns. It pushes, it drives, and it tries to hold everything together. But the soul operates very differently. The soul draws from a deeper reservoir of truth, purpose, and authenticity. It energizes us rather than depletes us, unlike the mind. When we move in harmony with the soul, then life feels lighter, clearer, and just much more manageable. Burnout then is not always a sign that you've taken on too much in life. Sometimes it's a sign that you're investing your life force energy into things that just are not belonging to you. You're not aligned with them. You may be overriding your intuition. You may be fulfilling roles that no longer fit you. You may be silencing the inner truth in you that is trying to be heard. When we live out of alignment with the soul's guidance, our energy begins to leak. We can appear to be coping on the outside, but inside something feels strained. The body senses this dissonance, and long before the mind does, and it communicates it then through fatigue, fogginess, and feeling heavy, or that quiet awareness sometimes that something just essential is missing from you. And you don't know what it is, but you know there's something you need to be doing. In this way, exhaustion becomes a message, a gentle nudge from your soul saying, I can no longer sustain a life that is not honouring who I am. It's important then to understand that soul energy does not burn out. What burns out is the part of us that is trying to maintain what is no longer aligned. Once we begin to return to our inner truth by listening to what feels right, by choosing what is authentic, and by releasing what drains us, the vitality we thought was gone begins to return, and a sense of purpose reawakens within us. So if you're tired to your bones, let this be an invitation rather than a judgment. Instead of asking, how do I push through? Gently ask yourself, where am I living against myself? Isn't that powerful? Ask yourself, where am I saying yes when I should be saying no? Where am I carrying responsibility that's not mine? Where am I keeping the peace at the cost of my own peace? Your energy will return when you return to yourself. In fact, you will be so charged, you will be passionate and alive. Exhaustion in this sense is not failure. It's a call to realign with the deeper aspect of your being. You are an eternal being. You are indestructible. When you realign with the essence of who you truly are and you follow the guidance of your soul because it has the wheel, and you don't self-abandon, but rather you live to your truth, life changes. You need to be brave enough to follow the truth of who you are now, no matter what that costs, because otherwise the cost of not doing so is your own physical health, and that's just not worth it. Life's too short, right? Let's make the most of it whilst we're here. I'm a soul expert. I help people understand their soul purpose, their soul's eternal nature, relationships through soul connection, and much more. If you've enjoyed this, remember to like, share, engage.